live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and we have a special guest for the show. Alan's been looking forward to this all week.
It's me.
Alan's turned into the Invisible Man. We are joined by Jenny from Emerald Isles Paranormal. I nearly forgot your name there.
It's you.
I was like, Jesus Christ, help me, Lord. I was waiting for the big horn to come through and grab it. So how are you, Jenny, on this lovely Friday?
Name.
Hmm?
How would you forget my name? I annoy you every day.
I know. I sometimes it wasn't that. I was trying to remember your YouTube channel. I was trying to remember because it's quite a big long. How did you come up with a name like that? Curiosity.
Well, it's Emerald Isle, which is obviously Ireland. Paranormal Researchers. So everyone thinks it's very long, but it's not really. So it's Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers. It's not long. It just rolls off your tongue.
That's quite good.
That's the way it works.
That you'll be able to get monetized now. Will you know? I mean, that's Tuesday. What was that?
I don't know.
That sounded like a satellite link there.
That was weird. That.
Trying to fix my thing.
Hey, Lawrence.
Hi, Lawrence.
What was that? I thought I heard a voice there. That was kind of weird. That was quite weird. That.
It's paranormal right away.
See, we're sitting on the main railway line. It used to be the main railway line for Scotland, but it's just an empty track now. Nothing comes along here anymore. There's no tracks left, and this is quite famous. Do you think of the millions of people that would have came along here at one point?
Mm-hmm.
The coal. Here's an interesting point. The coal that comes from the mine that I'm parked at, right, was the coal that went to the Titanic, and it went to Ireland to furnish the ship industry. That's where most of it went.
It is.
Yeah, and it's.
Hi, Dad.
So, Allan, why don't you ask Jenny some paranormal questions? Wait for this. I want to see what he's thought.
All right, okay.
You show your face, man.
Of course, I'll show my face. I was wondering, what's the scariest place in Ireland or anywhere you've done investigations? What's the scariest place you've ever been in?
I would have to say a place up in County Antrim in the north of Ireland called Shane's Castle.
Right. Okay.
It was probably the place that I had my I had something bad happen to me up there in those tunnels, and it was malevolent and it was a warning, and I learned from it. So that would have been my scariest place that I've ever been to.
Okay. Did you
and as well.
Satellite? Okay. I love satellites, so I do. I was wondering, did you have any effects after being in the Shane Castle? Did you have anything kicking back at you? You know,
any attachments? Not there, but I did from another location.
Right.
Did from another location when we were doing the Estes method, and I didn't come out of it properly. And I was just kept out of it. And instead of coming out of it slowly, I jumped out of it. Right. So when I came home, it was a bit of a horrible experience.
I see.
It was a bit of a horrible experience. And I can't understand it. But it was like my dog. I had a big dog, huge dog. And he was looking at me. And I could see him attacking me in my mind. And there's no reason for him to attack me. But I could see him attacking me, and I had to push him off my bed because I didn't trust him, and there's no reason not to trust him. Yeah, Big Riley's not here anymore, but something like that happened from another location.
And what do you find? What's it going to be like for the future? What do you think is going to be the future for the paranormal side of everything? You know, but you're learning all the time. Like, what do you expect it's going to come in the future for paranormal research?
Oh my goodness, that question has been asked before, and I always go back to the people who were fantastic investigators, such even the scientists like Albert Einstein and Tesla and they believe.
Starlight.
And another
I love
lady,
Starlight.
Mildred Darby is she would have been from Lep Castle, but she did seances as well, so she believed in life after death. But none of them could convince anyone that there is life after death, anything like that. So even though the evidence that we have is phenomenal, video footage we have, they're just not. No matter what we do, I don't know what they're going to do in the future. How if they're going to get better made equipment. I think they were just on the start of making really good equipment. Some of them are okay. I do like the SB7 Pro. Louise has that. That's actually really good. Very clear. Very clear. The Ovilus, I like the Ovilus, but you gotta if whatever location you're using it in. Things like that. But are they going to make better equipment in the future? I don't know. What will come of it? It will be the same as Einstein did it, Tesla did it, and we're still doing it to this day. And you know, we're up now in 2024, and we're still nowhere closer to what Einstein and everyone was getting.
Right, here's one for you, Jenny. This Miami mall incident. It's came through the like aliens and such. You know, just coming like a ball and then just appearing, short briefly, and then disappearing. What do you think of that? I mean, I've been seeing some of the videos. What do you think of that?
About the UFOs.
Oh well, for Miami anyway.
I know. Even Chris is looking at me now with that question. I'll be honest with you, and like I said it to Chris last night, I think it's a smokescreen for something else. Yeah. I don't believe in it. And I know people will come for me, oh my God, well, you can tell me that you believe in ghosts and I'll agree with you, or that's my opinion. I think it's a smokescreen. I don't believe in any of it.
I mean, I did notice people start picking up and running away. It was just like something like Christopher going into a supermarket and everybody running away from him.
Yeah. That's me. I'm running out. So every time I run into a supermarket, if the off license is closing, that's the only time I'll run into a supermarket. If you
research it, Alan, I actually found out that it was actually a load of teenagers, and it was basically a mass brawl kind of thing. You can't do these things on TikTok and stuff like that, because there was a security guard there that stayed they were setting off fireworks. And of course, the police all turned up because they thought there was a mass gunman in the loose.
Oh God!
Yeah.
So that's pretty untangible.
I know. It's mad. I mean, I must admit, it is getting blown over quite high. But I think they're using this. I think they're using this to cover up other things that's going on in the world. I think because everybody's eyes are turned, to other strange things. But here's an interesting question for you. What's your opinion in the SLS camera? Because I'm very dubious yet.
On the SLS camera?
Aye.
I've used them before. They map out chairs and tables and make them into figures. I did use one in Lep Castle in the bloody chapel. And there was somebody standing in the middle of the floor in the bloody chapel. And there was somebody standing, and you could see this person touching her head, and then you could see a figure standing beside her head. Those things, I would be like, okay, there's nobody around her. There's no mirrors or windows for figure. Then
come on.
That it could reflect off a window or a mirror or anything like that. That for me, I'd be interested in. But when we put it against chairs and tables stacked and whatnot, it looks like a figure. If you put it against a wall, or it has a moss or a damp patch on the wall, it will map it out to be a figure. So it would have to be in a room with nothing. Yeah. Even outside, when myself and Louise were doing it outside, we were at the grave, and you'd see the headstones were mapped into people. So you'd have to, like, say the bloody chapel.
Yeah.
One was in the center. And I'm sure you've seen pictures of bloody chapel where there's windows there, but there's no glass in it, and it's just gravel ground.
Yeah.
Stone wall. But could it be the wall that was something on the wall that looked like it was on top of the person's head? don't know.
See, I've thought about that, and I ken people that have got the apps on their phones, and honestly, that's no real equipment. It's a cheap app that costs you £2 off the internet, and I bought it just to see what would happen. I bought it to see what would happen, and it was mapping out my shadow on the wall. It was mapping out my shadow, and this is where people. I've noticed a lot of people on YouTube will aim it at a mirror, and in the mirror there'll be the person holding the phone.
I know, but there is one. There's an updated version. I think that was about 2 years ago. There's an updated version. It is good. I'd like to use that, but would I buy one and get one myself? Entertainment purpose only, but enough for documentation. Definitely not. And I probably use it for like 5-10 minutes, because you wouldn't want to use it any more than that, because you're wasting your night. I know a lot of people will love them, but I don't. I'm not a fan.
I just think they're quite cumbersome because they're quite big. I mean, you're walking about with an Xbox Connect, a big iPad, and then a battery pack underneath. They're quite cumbersome. Yeah, I mean,
I know.
So, Alan, would you like to ask another interesting question?
You did was it that's a famous place in Ireland?
Newcastle.
The Hell's Fire Club.
Yeah, the Hell's Fire Club.
See, I was watching you on, you came up for Dublin, or you walked for Dublin and such. I lost the 5G signal. I was wondering if I could get my money back.
No. Did you send us stars?
It was all lovely inside, and it just frozen. I really did. I was,
I will say that place you went to, the Hellfire Club, was one of the most interesting places I think there is. I mean, I can Leap Castle interesting, but that Hellfire, there's something there. And there's definitely, guys, if you're watching this and you're new to the channel, please go out to Emerald Isles Paranormal. The link will be below once this video is uploaded. But I'm sure there's somebody in your video looking as if he's got like a cloak on.
On the live?
No, see when you were doing the investigation with Louise and the rest of the team in the Hellfire Club, and you pan the camera around, and there's a wooden balcony like stopping you, like falling into the stairs. I'm sure I've seen somebody standing in the archway, just for a split second, just the outline of them.
That's when myself and Louise were standing there just before we were leaving. So we were doing a little bit of a call out. Right. And I think I don't know what we were saying, Louise. I know Lulu is here, and I don't know what we were saying. Something like we're going to like that, and then hear F off. It's there. It's faint. Did you hear that? Yeah, we were talking F off. And I remember we were downstairs, and we were starting off the beginning of the night.
Yeah.
So we had a REM pod upstairs in the first room we were in. That's what Louise is saying there. And I had a black hood mist push me out of the kitchen room, which was downstairs, the first room where we had started off in the night. And Louise was in there by herself. Unless it was him. It could have been him, Louise. But remember, we were calling out. And me being me, because I'd say it's not the gentleman's club anymore. It is the women's club, and you're not invited in. Now, they don't like that, but we got good responses from that. Yeah, we got good responses from that. Well, there was nobody upstairs, but the REM pod went off when I was saying, "Hey, William, what do you think?" I think it's a guy's name, William. I have to double check that. But he had built the place as a shooting range.
Yeah.
And 4 years after he built it, he had passed away. And then you had the elite people from England and Ireland, and they were as a gentleman. And I said, gentleman. I said I used the word very lightly and loosely, gentleman. Mm-hmm. I said it was just a men's club. And that's when the REM pod went off upstairs. Because I don't think he was happy.
So when are you going back to the Hellfire?
When are we going back?
Yeah.
Well, we're full, as in we're away at the end of this month. Maybe in February, Louise, we could take a little hike up. Now I'm back in the gym. I'll be passing Louise and Niall out. Move over.
So when I come
coming
out,
through.
I'm come out and push me in the wheelchair, you know.
I mean, look, I'll be a pram. That's what it's got to be, a pram.
You know.
And a
Oh,
pram.
definitely. Wait to see a suspension on that. And the
I
brake.
need it. I'm telling you, it's a crazy hill to walk. It is a crazy hill to walk. I mean, when we went up there a few months ago, I was saying to Louise, and Niall, go ahead and save yourself, because I was just burning up. I was burning. My lungs were burning. Very unfit. And then the gym is going to hopefully improve.
That's just something that's popped into my head the new there. When are you going back to that castle? Remember you were Louise and you did the live and you went to the castle, but you couldn't get to it because the gate was locked.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, we can get into it. Well, we're allowed into it. We're allowed into it. I was talking to somebody today. He goes, oh, he's from Fecken. And I'm like, yeah, we go to that castle. And I said, yeah, it's a good castle. But when are we going back? I thought in a few weeks, I'm sure, in a few weeks. We're still going to go audio from when we were there, because we haven't gone through it just yet. But we did a little bit, but we have to kind of get it written down, because I started on the audio. And
I was wondering, what's the longest time you've done an actual live, and the longest video you've ever done in paranormal research? The longest one, one out of wherever you've been.
When we were going live on an investigation, I'd say about 4 or 5 hours. 4 or 5 hours. Oh, we would take a break, half an hour break, and then we'd come back on. So say when we go to Lep Castle, we will start, say, from about an hour into it, and then we go on for about, say, 2.5, 3 hours. And then we take a break, and then we go back into the live. That's permitting on how the night is running for us.
But that's it. I mean, like the friendship with Christopher here, like take a wee bit time. Honestly, the first two's okay, and then it just crashes after.
It takes a wee while to get to Henry, you know.
Oh, aye.
No, that's it. Once we go, like we've done lives for when myself and Louise have been out. God, it'd be like about 4 hours. I say about I say about 3 or 4 hours. It depends on where we're going and how the place is.
And what about the where your safety? Like you're always watching your safety all the time.
Yes,
I
always tell. Yeah, we tell people, like, I know when we're going to Lep Castle on the 31st of January, so it's warm clothing and safe footing, shoes, because we're walking up castle steps. So you've got to be careful. No heel, you can we wear boots sometimes. Runners would be best, actually. Runners would be best. Safety and warm clothing, and keep an eye on the people that you have with you, and don't let anybody walk astray, because you're responsible for them. You're responsible for the location that you're in. So we have to go through all of that before when we take some public with us, we have to go through that with them.
You would come off maybe probably the main road, so before going to some place, a castle at least, to do your investigation. What's the longest distance you've been away from a castle to the main road? You know what I mean? Get your locations.
So from how far is from where I?
Aye.
Something like that. Like
it's about
2 miles.
3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours.
Right. Okay. That's just too bad. That's not too
hours. Depends on stopping off and getting what we need, and it's about 3 hours. Again, we get there, and then we get our shopping in that we need, for the night, and then we're going to Redwood Castle on the 31st. So we're going to be doing 2 locations in one weekend, 2 castles.
Okay.
So the 30th we have Redwood Castle, and then the 31st we have Lep Castle.
Right.
See, we've done it before.
I'm very impressed with. I really am really impressed with Allan. This is his first ever interview. I know. I can't wait to get the iPad set up to do this, because through Bulb and Bonkers and that.
I'm actually holding on to a passenger's hand. It's built into the ceiling here, like I'm just playing on.
You're making me think.
You're
making me think, Allan. questions are good because you're making me think now. And
I
I'm
don't mean it. I don't
putting on
mean it.
good. It's good. It's good.
Here I go.
Louise, go on, Alan.
Right, here's a question for you, Jenny. If someone says you can go to any haunted location in the world, all expenses paid, but you can only pick one, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. I've always said one place. I have so many places I would go to.
Yeah.
If I had to go to one place and I was flown over and all expenses were paid for and I could spend a weekend there, it would be Alcatraz.
Alcatraz. There we go, man. We can look you in a cell.
You ever look me in a cell there, pal, and Jenny, I'm going to sort them out, pal. Don't you worry. I will have you just say you take your nails up.
Lock me in the cell. I don't mind.
Alcatraz is amazing, Jenny.
You can see it in the live cams, and it's still frightening. I can pick up the actual the anguish, the torture, the hate, the fear, and everything. I can actually feel it emanating off the actual place. I mean, honestly, even live cams, I can pick up.
You can imagine what it would be like inside, and the what's that, Al Capone that was in Alcatraz?
It was Al Capone, yeah.
Yeah, it was in Alcatraz. I would love, and it's such an angry and sad place. Toby, hold on. Oh, my cat only does this when I am live. It's like it's an angry place, but it's also, I'm sure, a sad place.
Maybe the cat senses.
Toby, hold on.
Maybe the cat senses.
I know.
I've been picking the discussion, putting out voices. It's great.
Come here. Come here. Let me just show you. Look, this is the one that keeps crying.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Just wants to sit there for a minute now and just. He's a big cat.
You can probably see Jessie. She's back.
That reminds.
Oh.
That reminds me, I had a white cat as well, Jenny. Like, so they'll get at least something in common.
I know, but this one here, he's a bit of an aggressive cat, so I'd be kind of a little bit Toby, down you go, good boy. He's a little bit aggressive, you know. I'll make a cushion out. I'm joking. I'm not going to make a cushion out.
So, Jenny, it's the end of this month, isn't it, Jenny, that you're doing Elite Castle, isn't it? And the other castle?
Redwood Castle, which is in County Tipperary, and Leap Castle, which is in County Offaly. And Toby, Toby. Now, if I had my mute button here, I'd be like, Toby! But I just did.
Does Toby like a stick thrown at him?
Normally, at the end of some lives, there's about 4 or 5 pens across the sitting room floor because I'm throwing them at him. Toto! Stop! Toby!
Here's a thing I was going to ask you, actually.
Like
Do you ever thought about maybe taking a dog with you in an investigation?
I always said no. But Elsa, will you come and get your cat? Darling, please, thank you. Normally I'll be texting and saying, Elsa. Before I would say no. You can take a dog with you, but it depends on what dog you take with you. Now, I know my Yogi Bear would be good. My collie would be good.
Yeah.
But he's too old, and Yogi Bear, I know I was talking to my friend Sharon on the video call last night about, I think it was 2 a.m, something like that. And I said, Sharon, this, because Yogi Bear was sitting on my bed, but looking out into my hallway and just staring, but shaking at the same time. And he does it all the time.
See, that's interesting. That is interesting. Because see Jessie, she's got a habit of staring into the corner of the room, just staring there, as if there's something there.
Yeah, Yogi Bear does it, even though he's a little slightly bonkers. He stares into my Toby.
Maybe the cats want to be on the internet, want to be interviewed. Or whiskers or something.
Elsa? Come
You don't
and
have
get
the
your
mute
cat.
button. That's the
see,
problem.
aye.
You can actually mute your mic on this. You can mute your mic.
Can I?
Okay, you
The
can
three
lip
dots.
read if you want. You can lip read.
There's a bit with three dots. You click on it.
See, she's doing a lip read. You see that? That's good. I like that. Hey, she says something funny there.
Oh, you don't want to know what Jenny said there.
All sorted. Can you hear me? Yes.
Oh my goodness, I have pressure bounced.
This has got to be really handy because if you're ever invited onto a show and you're invited through this, now you know where the mute button is on YouTube.
Yes. And I did say, oh, Toby, stop crying. Mommy's on a live. Like hell I did. Get your bleeping cat out of my bleeping living room. Bleep, bleep, bleepity bleep.
So here is a question for you, Jenny. Would you please tell everybody, because I do have a lot of people that watches this but know my normal ghost stuff, they just watch the Chris and Allan show, where they can find your channel and all other places.
Hey, you can find Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers. Rolls off your tongue. You can find us on Facebook. Request a page. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on what I'm still calling Twitter.
Oh,
You
go
can-
again. So they are.
I've do if you go into X and look up Jenny Paranormal, I think, or Jenny, something like that, you'll find us. Oh, I think I'd renamed it Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers. I'm not too sure. You can find us on TikTok, which is Jenny Paranormal, Jen Paranormal. So we're all over the place. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. When this is uploaded tonight, all the links will be below this video. Please go over and check Jen out because I'm sure there'll be videos of Castle again and Redwood Castle again, and oh my god, all the interesting places. Also check out Paranormal Uncut. I think we're going to be talking about the UFO subject on Monday night.
Monday at 10.
Most of it's fake because of the mainstream narrative, you know.
Do you ever use a divining sticks and
Good
such?
question, actually. Never asked that.
You know, to find the source of Christopher. I know,
Divining rods.
I know, I'm
Divining
just
sticks.
being
Not
witness here,
sticks,
like
they're called rods.
I'm suffering as it is. You know, you use the divining rods. Oh, that's strong
The what?
drinking.
Oh, it's a full Coke because I was shaky after the gym.
All right.
So I have a full Coke.
They're sitting beside me. Like,
Stronger later on. Trust and believe it. It will be a little stronger later.
but
It will definitely be a little stronger later.
I've used
How's that
gold divining rods, and that was something.
What is your that's a good point. What is your opinion in that, Jenny? What's your opinion on the divining rods? Because I've used them and there's just way them.
The dowsing rods.
Aye.
Oh, I dowsing I.
Louise called them the tongs. She can never remember the name of them. Sorry, Lulu. I know she'll be listening.
Oh my god.
She can never remember the name of it. She goes, it's tongs.
I sugar tongs.
There she is. I knew it. I knew it.
Oh,
I knew it.
oh, I.
Yeah, what do I think of them? They're interesting, I think. Can they document your evidence? No. Video and audio will do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it interesting? Yes. I remember using it one night in the Drogheda Museum in Millmount, and one of the guys was standing at the frame of the door, and one of the ladies was holding the dowsing rods.
Mm-hmm.
So she was standing here and he was standing behind her over at the door of the frame. So we were asking, point to Allan. Where would Allan be? So she's facing the complete opposite direction to him.
Mm-hmm.
She's facing a complete different wall. He's behind her. One went past her towards him, and the second one did the same thing.
Yeah.
He's gradually moving over towards him. And even I went, like, I've never seen this before. I don't know. That caught my interest in it, definitely.
Yeah, I'm actually really interested in them, and I'll tell you what I did. I get 2 pieces of wood, and I drilled quite big holes in the wood, and I sat them in it, and I didn't touch the wood. I just sat them on a table, and I had it in my room. They were just sitting like crossed, And I says, is there anybody there? Nothing happened. And I says, is there any relatives there? One of them bent like that and moved. And I'm like, all right then, if you're really real, bend back in. And it went back in. And I was like, oh dear.
It
Aye.
is definitely interesting. That's a good thing that myself and Louise will use now. It's kind of pushing them into the ground
Yes.
and let them do their thing.
And let them do their own thing, because then people can't say, oh, that's the person manipulating them with their thumbs. Whereas if you're not touching them and they're in a concealed room where there's no wind, something's making it move.
And even if you put them into a room and have them standing in something, say like even a plant pot.
Yeah.
With moss in it, you're in a room, so there's no breeze, nothing going on, and they are firm and they're good. And then we could use it. So that's actually interesting that myself and Louise and I will definitely use.
Yeah. It's like the pendulum. Pendulum's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of people who use the pendulum. You can just see a very slight, their hand moving slightly, right? But yes, you told me about that. Is it the banana stand? I got a banana stand.
Oh, I have the pendulum one. I have the pendulum holder.
Yeah, right.
I think I got it from Wish.
Oh, I'm a big at that.
So it is good. The banana stand, if it works, it's just the same thing. You hook it onto it where you're not touching it yourself, or you can get them from Wish. Yeah, it's a pendulum holder.
So before we end the show, what's your thoughts on spirit boards, Wicca Ouija boards, or whatever you want to call them?
I don't mind them. Not the way I used to before. I'd be like, oh no spirit boards. But now I'm kind of like, look, this is my mouse pad, so my house is totally fecked.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. That's that. You've got Zorro living here.
What's in my house? My mouse scrolling over that. So I don't really mind it. I don't mind it. Would I use it? Probably, yes, I would. I mean, we as a team has not used it.
Yeah.
What? It's just the same as everybody says. When you use something like a digital recorder, you are opening up.
Yes, as long as you close the door. You should always close the door.
Aye, close the door, Christopher.
But when we finish the audio, we say audio ending. Thank you if you replied to us. It's the same as the spirit board. You have to close it. It's the same as doing the Estes method. You have to close it.
Yeah.
You have to close all of it. We're learning that. We learn. It's the same as like closing off the voice recorder. You know.
Yeah. Because you're giving them the permission to come to you. So if you don't say, well, that's the session ended, that's it, they think to themselves, oh well, he's leaving it open, I might as well just go with him then.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, so I would like to say thank you very much for coming on, Jenny. That's an hour and a half an hour mark on the old Chris and Allan show. Next week, hopefully, it'll be on an iPad. It'll be a lot wider and stuff like that.
Maybe a test card like before.
He's going to hit me with a stick. You know, he's going to hit me with a stick.
The 365 line and the everything else all thrown into it.
I need to turn the light on in here. It's getting dark. It's getting dark outside.
I've been running around all day since morning time, out for breakfast, running errands and off to the gym. And I got home literally at 3:31.
Yeah. Yeah, well, exercise. Me and Allan, we go walks and stuff like that. But next week it's to be -15, they're saying. Oh. So that's in heavy snow. So that's
to the gym and warm up. That's what I would do.
Allan, we'll join the gym, Allan. Me and you will pump up iron and stuff like that. You know, you can push me about my
wear the headbands and the wristbands.
Oh, I want to get the Miami weather. The snow and ice and everything like minus this and that. I'll be shoveling the snow again as usual.
You'll be fine. We'll tonics tea cakes for you. So everybody, thank you for watching. Please check out the Paranormal Uncut on Monday night. Please also check out Jenny's chat. Also, Bald and Bonkers tomorrow night and Sunday night. And Jenny, if you stay in, you can talk to us after. I think that's how it works. I don't know. I've never done this before. So thank you so much for coming on, Jenny. It's been
thank you so much, Allan.
Oh, it feels great. It really does feel great.
I'll get a bigger iPad and stuff. You know.
I like to flash my glasses off like it, you know.
Oh, you'll be talking about this all night now. Right, everybody. Catch you later, everybody.
Their subscriptions.